if you start trying to explain the origin of Agatha all along, I mean, either we would be here all week, or you just get, I mean, suffice to say, it is a spin-off from WandaVision. And if you know the character, you know where you are. If you don't, you might want to go and look the character up because it's going to be too complicated to explain. Essentially, from the complete outsider's point of view, and I say outsider from somebody who has seen all the movies, but has scant knowledge of the TV spin-offs, except for a few episodes of WandaVision. I mean, essentially, it's a kind of goofy, hocus pocus, bad bewitched, practical magic vibe. I like the fact that the effects lean toward the physical. There's a kind of Wizard of Oz Yellow Brick Road thing in that in order to do the thing they're trying to do, they have to get to the Witch's Road, and then they get to the Witch's Road. I don't think that's a plot spoiler. And then through the episodes that we've watched so far, they are faced with challenges which require them to do things, one of which is musical, which they have, quite a lot of fun with. Other things are to do with, trust and all the rest of it. Honestly, I am the last person in the world to be able to say, well, you should or shouldn't watch this. I've seen 4 episodes and I don't think I'll watch any more. It's not because I think it's bad. I think it's perfectly fine. I'm just not invested in the characters. I thought it was fine and fun whilst I was watching it, but I have no investment, like zero investment in the characters. And that's not the fault of the thing. I mean, I haven't watched any of the new Doctor Who. The new Doctor Who may be absolutely brilliant. I'm just not in there. And I definitely got the feeling that this is 2 steps removed from the territory that I am. That I can pass any form of judgment on. So whilst I was watching those 4 episodes, they were kind of fun. Performances were quite nice. It's it's a group of people who have turn out to be witchy powered. One of whom isn't, but it has to be brought on because they need the earthy, all that kind of stuff. And it starts off, as they said, with a little bit of Mayor of Easttown-y vibe, although actually, Mayor of Easttown is a bit of a sacred cow for me. So as is Broadchurch, incidentally, because I love Mayor of Easttown and I love Broadchurch. I thought it was fine. There is no part of me that's wondering what happens in episode 5. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel pretty similarly but that was essentially what it boils down to is if you watched and loved WandaVision, this is for you.
Yeah.
If you didn't see WandaVision, you won't have a clue what's going on, and that's fine. That's it. So, but no, I won't be watching episode 5, but I appreciate Catherine Hahn spending some time with us.
Yeah, no, and she's great. And
podcast.
The fact that she has this friend is brilliant. And it was lovely that the story about finding out on the set of Glass Onion. And if somebody is very invested in this, please write in and let us know. The thing I'm saying is quite genuinely, this would be like playing me an opera album and saying, what do you think? I don't know. Sounds like opera.
The other interesting thing about Catherine, which we didn't have time to explain during the interview, is she's one of the few people, although actors a few, who has no social media presence at all.
Good for her.
Nowhere. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And her life is probably the better for it. Catherine Hahn, Agatha all along.
There were, in fact, it turns out, because I did find this out, there were many, many working titles that they went through before arriving at Agatha all along, because, that's what happens.